Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're doing the Shrine of Secrets review for the 4th of January 2023. It's the first shrine of the new year, first shrine I've done in like 2 weeks I think, so that's cool. I made a video yesterday talking about the future of the channel and Dead by Daylight and everything, so check that out if you haven't already. And also I still have a sore throat and cough, so apologies if I kind of like stop talking halfway through. That's just my throat giving out. And sorry if I cut a lot as well, because I'll probably be coughing a bunch. So let's get started. First of all, we have Buckle Up, which is a Ash perk. This one is so you can see the intensity of survivors' auras when they're downed, because you can normally see their auras anyway, but you can tell how far along, sorry, someone is recovered by the intensity of their auras up to 48 meters. Yeah, basically, this one is kind of useless because you can kind of tell how far along someone is by how long they've been on the ground. Obviously, I know some people try and wiggle away from the killer so they can't, but still, you know what I mean? Like, if you can see their auras to see if they're crawling away so that you know they're going to take longer to recover and heal up. You know what I mean? So I feel like this one just is kind of pointless because you could just tell that anyway. So I think a perk slot for this is kind of ridiculous in my opinion. Next up, we have Infectious Fright, which is a plague perk, and this one has so every time you down someone, survivors in your territories will scream and reveal their position for 6 seconds. This one's very good. I feel like a lot of killers can benefit from this, but I would say especially snowballing killers. Killers who could down someone, see where someone is, and they go right after them. So, you know, Plague, Oni in Blood Fury, Michael in Tier 3, everything like that basically. If you're able to down people, just move to the next. I guess you could combine this maybe with like Haunted Grounds to get the same value. You know, you could down someone, and then you could just find someone else. I think that's what the point of this perk is. Because I feel like a lot of the time when you down someone, you just go and pick them up. I'd say the only time you would go and find someone else is obviously if you knew where they were, and if you're able to put some pressure on, basically. So I would say for those killers, definitely yes. I think for other killers, it's like, you know, it still could be kind of nice to see where people are when you're down. So after you hook, you know, like the general area, I guess. But I would say snowballing killers definitely used for that. Next up, we have Left Behind, which is a Bill perk. I almost forgot then. And this one also reveals the aura of the hatch within 28 meters. I think it goes up to 32 if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a 32-meter range. Obviously, this is an endgame perk, and you also have to be the last one alive. And I think this perk, again, is just a bit odd. It's just like, yeah, it can be kind of nice. It's good for like archive challenges because I know there's always some where it's like escape as the last person or like escape through the hatch in a public match or something like that. But obviously, you have to be the last one alive. I would say you'd kind of have to bring a key for this because the aura of the hatch, I'm pretty sure, sorry, still shows even if the hatch has been closed. So you can still get value out of this perk as long as, again, you're the last one left. But also, if you bring a key with you, I think that would be good to guarantee an escape. But again, other than that, I don't know because it's situational. Like you could hear the hatch from it to a range anyway. And yes, 32 meters is pretty good, but again, it's just like, you know, that's a whole perk slot betting on you being the last person left and just being able to find the hatch. It's all very like, you know, has to line up perfectly if that makes sense. And I don't like perks like that because, you know, like if you get killed early on or like if you get all the gens done and obviously everyone's still alive, that's a perk slot that's not doing anything. So it's a no from me. And finally, we have Shadowborn, which is a Wraith perk. This one comes on all the time, but it basically increases your field of view by 15 degrees, and it does not stack with things like Monitor and Abuse. And I think this one's good. I think it's good at what it does. It's very simple with what it does. You know, it just increases your field of view. It does feel nice, but that's a perk slot just for making your field of view a bit bigger. And obviously, it's not actively doing anything. Like, yes, it's increasing your field of view, but it's not helping you in chases. It's not helping you slow gens down. It's not helping you put pressure on. It's literally just to improve the screen, I guess. So, like, yeah, it's a good perk, but it's not really like an active perk because you'll notice the difference. But other than that, like, it won't really help you in killing the survivors pretty much. So I would say Infectious Fright's probably the only worth it one here because even if you don't play snowballing killers, which again I think should be the priority for getting this perk, but I think it's just a nice perk to have. It's a good tracking perk. It's very simple. You just have to down people very much, and as long as you're not undetectable while that happens, then you're fine. All the other ones, honestly, are passes in my opinion. I would not say any of them. Shadowborn is from a free character, so I wouldn't say that anyway. And the survivor perks are just really weird niche ones. They're the ones that I always like reference, and I'm like, it's like kind of helpful, but also you don't really need to use them, and they're basically just taking up perk slots to do nothing. So I would only say Infectious, and if you already own Infectious, save your shards for next week, probably. Or just get that outfit that you want. I don't know. But guys, that'll do it from me. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next one.